Whoosh! Hi everyone, just James here, okay, bringing you yet another video. Now, I saw in the comment section you wanted me to continue the John Waters journey, so I thought let's ease you into what I think is probably the second easiest film to get anyone to watch a John Waters movie. Get them started on John Waters' journey. The second film I'm talking about today is Serial Mom.
Serial Mom.
Yes. Now, this stars Kathleen Turner, Ricky Lake, Sam Waterston, Matthew Lillard, Mink Stoll. So many people are in this movie. You're going to get into it. It's fabulous. Let's discuss it, shall we? Serial Mom. You may be wondering, what the hell does that mean? Like, she sells cereal? What is that? No.
The only cereal I know anything about is Rice Krispies.
Serial killer mom, played by Kathleen Turner. All right? It's everything. Now, this movie came about because John Waters has admitted many times in the past, especially in his books like Crackpot and Shock Value, he is obsessed with true crime. He would go to actual cases and sit in to like watch them go down. Like, trials are amazing theater. And Serial Mom definitely is that heightened version of that. Every time John Waters has an obsession, he admits that he'll try to make a film of it, just to like encapsulate it, and then you can move on to something else. Serial Mom is this. He has dabbled in court cases before, like there's a trial in Pink Flamingos and in Female Trouble, and even in Desperate Living, but this is the one that turns into a courtroom drama near the very end of it. Let's discuss. So, Serial Mom stars Kathleen Turner, who took a very different turn because she's known for doing like romantic comedies and very like quirky comedies. This is by far her quirkiest. I think the only thing I can compare it to is like Peggy Sue Got Married is also very, very weird. But this one definitely pushes the camp to its nth degree. And Kathleen Turner just fucking goes for it in this movie, man. You're gonna love her. Like, her delivery of lines, she chews everything.
Listen to their call. Oui.
And believe it or not, she was not sold on the script when she initially got it. Like, it was submitted to her. They passed it around to a lot of actresses, and many of them fled it because they didn't want to be associated with John Waters. But Kathleen Turner has been a smart cookie her whole life. You know, she's a very educated lady. She can tell camp when she sees it. She got it. She read it. She got to the part where she has to stab somebody with a fireplace poker and immediately threw it down in the trash. But for some reason, the germ was sown, and she picked it up out of the trash, read it again, and saw the humor in it, and started laughing at it, and realized, wait, this is actually really, really funny, and this would be so different for me. What a different turn for me to do this. So she took it on, and she became the Serial Mom. Serial Mom is Beverly Sutphin. She is your average housewife in the Baltimore suburban area. And let's just say, you don't want to piss her off, because if you piss her off, you're going to be meeting a bad end, okay? You're going to come to a bad end. It begins with police going door to door to talk to the neighbors because Dottie Hinkle keeps getting harassing phone calls from a stranger. Really, really filthy stuff. They hand Beverly a note that was left for Dottie Hinkle to show off as evidence that door to door, and she's immediately taken aback. And you gotta see this letter for yourself. I still laugh at it. This is actually like the font they used for Serial Mom in like the original VHS release. I wish it still had this. I don't like the rebranding of it all. Like, this should be how it looks. Like, Kathleen Turner smiling, holding the scissors with like the magazine cutout letters saying Serial Mom. That's how I remember it, and that's how I remember seeing it at Blockbuster. But she immediately sees it as, oh, she's taking a gas. She's never even said the P word out loud. But she has a wonderful family. She has Ricky Lake, who plays her daughter Misty, and Chip, who's played by future serial killer and Shaggy himself, Matthew Lillard, as well as Sam Waterston, who we all know as the detective on Law & Order for 700 years. Like, there's so many, like, deep cuts in this that are, like, really interesting. Because, like, I think it's before Sam Waterston even booked Law & Order. And to think, like, we all know him from that now. It's like... and he plays a serial killer's husband in this. We also are introduced to Justin Whalen, who plays... I forget his name. Scotty. He plays Scotty. And he's looking at a Betty Page magazine, like the Betty Pages. Like, they used to release this. Like, Betty Page had a big, like, resurgence in the 1980s and 90s. Like, a lot of punk culture rediscovered her. And we're releasing all of her old, like, Irving Klaw, Bunny Yeager pinups where she's all naked or tied up or something. It's one of those, like, great homages because John Waters always likes to put little bit of details in there, like little filth elders, he calls them, like Betty Page, Pee Wee Herman. Serial killers are all delicately, like, layered in through this movie. Like, there's references to serial killers everywhere. But Beverly shoos the police away and lets them know, like, she couldn't possibly have done this. Like, she's a Christian woman. They would never do that. Cut to the next scene, we get the prank call from hell, which has been in every single drag mix you can think of. People have used this. I've used this, all right? It's amazing. It's timeless. It's a classic. You're going to laugh your ass off. And you get a taste of just the venom that is existing inside of Beverly. Like, the second someone pisses her off or gets on her nerves, you're fucking toast. And like, they set things up very, very well. Like, John Waters is very clever, and all the deaths in this movie have a great payoff. And you end up kind of siding with Beverly. It's like, you know what? I could admit, like, I've had my bad days. I would probably do that if I could. I would if I could, okay? Like, we've all imagined it, and she makes it happen. She's a doer. And lo and behold, the only reason she's harassing poor Dottie is because she stole her parking spot at Joann Fabrics. Which, again, back when Joann Fabrics was around, I would have done the same damn thing. All right? The bitch had it coming. Mink Stoll in this movie cracks me up. She is like an MVP. I don't think she gets enough credit as an actress. Like, she is an amazing comedic actress. And the wardrobe she has in this, the ugly wardrobe they put Mink Stoll in this movie. Like, she is a long-suffering dreamlander. She's been in every single John Waters movie, and she's always in some sort of peril. Like, just Mink's outfits, like these hideous jackets and like Chico jackets and this like gross perm she has that's like fold to one side. It's everything. You will crack up. And Kathleen Turner in this movie is like so pristine that like when she does these horrible acts, you can't help but like laugh because it's so camp. It's like Doris Day wielding a butcher knife and killing people. And it's the smallest, minutest things that will get on her nerves that makes her want to kill. Like, you better fucking recycle, all right? Which John Waters even remarked, like, later on after he put all this recycling stuff in his movies, that he actually got, like, a letter of thank you from the Association for Recycling. Like, thank you so much for pushing that message. Of course, Serial Mom is a wonderful movie. We all love it now, but it had its rough edges, okay? Like, again, Kathleen Turner at first was not sold on this movie, and she didn't initially want to do it, but she eventually convinced herself to do it. As soon as they got on Sam Waterston, she really started to get more, like, involved with it, because this is a point in John Waters' career where everyone wanted to make his next movie. Like, they all loved Crybaby. They all loved Hairspray. Serial Mom, it kind of had a harder time because Crybaby did not do as successfully as he thought it would. Like, it became a bigger hit later on video, but as far as Serial Mom, it was a harder sell. So he really put himself out there to pitch it and really like gave a little bit more creative leaning than he would have liked to. So much so that when he actually finished the movie, the production company that was going to release it wanted to like shelve it. Like, they said, either you shelve it and recut it so that's from the son's perspective and refilm a bunch of scenes and just basically take out everything John Waters-esque about it and make it like the son's perspective of his mom doing all this stuff, to which even Kathleen Turner came out and started doing interviews like, leave Serial Mom alone. Like, let us release this movie that we made. Like, let us put it out. Like, they wanted to shelve it. They didn't want to put this movie out. Like, imagine a universe where we didn't have Serial Mom. Like, that's crazy. Of course, many of the actors in this film went on to do other things that you probably recognize them from. Like, Kathleen Turner would go on to do War of the Roses and a bunch of other, like, really dark camp roles. Sam Waterston, of course, we all know him from Law & Order. Ricky Lake, immediately after this, got her talk show. They all remember, like, going back and forth about this. Like, she's telling everybody, like, hey, I got a talk show. And no one was taking her seriously. And lo and behold, she would take over daytime television. She was the biggest thing in daytime. All throughout the 90s, everyone was watching The Ricky Lake Show. Justin Whalen, of course, you probably know him from Susie Q. He would go on to do the Adventures of Superman, Clark, and Lois. He was Jimmy Olsen in that. And Matthew Lillard, of course, went on to be Stu in Scream, and many other great movies. Although, shout out for SLC Punk. That movie doesn't get enough love. And I don't want to give too much of the plot away because, like, it's really easy to do because, especially with these kind of movies, you're going to give away a lot of the deaths, and you really have to watch this one and just shut your brain off and have a good time. It's a lot of fun. It's so camp.
Oh, kids, are you doing your homework?
And so many quotable lines. Like, you're going to love this movie. But I will say, one of my favorite cameos in this is from the band L7, who is probably best known in pop culture for that band that threw a used tampon in the audience when they were being heckled. What? Well, they have an amazing song that John Waters commissioned them to write called Gas Chamber. It's everything. And, like, this is a scene that's going to stick out in your brain because it's the one scene where they got the R rating. Like, this scene was where they got an R rating and they nearly had to cut it because it was too violent. They said, no. They really had a problem with this one. The cameos galore. I think the best cameo that no one expected and everyone's kind of like, they'll take it aback by is, of course, Patricia Hearst. Patty Hearst. Now, she was in Crybaby in a very, very small role, but she's in an even bigger role in this movie. And she's, again, like, very early in her acting career, because if you don't know who Patty Hearst is, she was involved in a very big scandal back in the 70s where she was an heiress that was kidnapped and made to rob a bank with the Sudanese Liberation Army. Well, She eventually rehabilitated herself. She got released and she began a new career in acting. And this is one of her second films she had done with John Waters. Like, John Waters really attached himself to her because he loves people with like an edge, like outsider artists. And you couldn't be more outsider than that, literally starting from the bottom. But she has one of the most iconic, memorable, memed moments from this movie. All right, when you see it, you'll immediately know where this meme came from, okay? The please, fashion has changed. That one. But you're going to love Kathleen Turner. This is one of, honestly, her best work, if you ask me. I know she's done amazing work, like Romancing the Stone. Peggy Sue Got Married. I get it. But Serial Mom is truly her finest hour. Like, it has gone unmatched, and I don't think she'll ever top it. Like, it's her best comedic performance to date. Now, sadly, this movie was not a huge hit when it came out. Like, it definitely became a bigger hit on home video, like many of John Waters' movies. And it's become a cult classic and a cult favorite. But again, this is one of the slower moves in the coffin to where eventually studios were less and less interested in making John Waters movies, which is a real shame because I feel like it was really ahead of its time and people weren't seeing the forest for the trees with this kind of humor and how a lot of this humor is like commonplace now. But yeah, it's really a bummer. It's one of those things where I don't know if John Waters is ever going to get like a major studio push like this again. It's going to probably be an independent film, if anything, which is a shame because he's got so many other more movies in him that he wants to do, but he wants to do it on that higher level. And I can understand, having done it at that higher level, you don't want to go back down. But be sure and let me know what you think of Serial Mom. Again, this is probably the most John Waters-y like introduction to somebody. I'd say show them Hairspray. They're going to love how glossy and polished off that one is. This one definitely inserts the edge. It's spoon-feeding a little bit of edginess to an up-and-coming John Waters fan, a budding John Waters mind. But yeah, I think they're going to enjoy Serial Mom. I think you will. It's very camp, it's very fun, it's gory, but it's also fucking hilarious. You're going to love Kathleen Turner and all of like the stacked cast of really peculiar, interesting characters, not to mention some very memorable death scenes. It pleases everybody, comedy, horror, and if you're a fan of classic actresses, you can't do any better than Kathleen Turner. All right, be sure and let me know down below what you think about Serial Mom. Is it one of your favorites or was it not for you? I want to know. I personally love this movie. It's up there. It's goated. It's one of those movies I show somebody, if they don't like it, we can't be friends. Sorry. We're not gonna work out. Our humors clash. Be sure and like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, bye!
Well, it's over now. Click my next YouTube video. Like, comment, and subscribe.